I think about this for a moment. What if everything you've ever needed, every ounce of power, every drop of wisdom is already within you? What if, right now, you've already unlocked ancient abilities that most people spend their entire lives searching for? You've felt it, haven't you? That subtle, almost imperceptible shift in your consciousness, the deep connection to something far beyond the physical world. You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. This is real. You're awakening to something ancient, something powerful, something that has been lying dormant within you for lifetimes. But how do you know for sure? How can you be certain that you're one of the chosen ones, that you've already tapped into these ancient powers? The truth is, the universe has been sending you signs that you've probably overlooked or dismissed. Today we're diving deep into that mystery, revealing the 3 secret signs that you've already unlocked your ancient powers. This is not some abstract theory. This is real, and it's happening to you right now. But are you paying attention? The first sign is subtle yet profound. It's something that many people ignore because it doesn't come with flashing lights or dramatic effects. It's that deep, unshakable sense of knowing. You've started to feel it, haven't you? That quiet confidence that you are meant for something more. It's not arrogance. In fact, it's the opposite. It's a humble realization that you are part of something vast, something cosmic. This knowing often comes in moments of stillness when you're alone with your thoughts, when the noise of the world fades and you're left with nothing but the pure essence of your being. In those moments, there's a sense of timelessness, as if you've been here before, as if you've always known that your life is part of something much bigger than what you've been told.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
But what do you do with that knowing? Do you trust it? Or do you push it aside, convincing yourself that it's just your imagination? This is where many people falter. They doubt their own inner wisdom. But let me tell you this, that knowing is your ancient self speaking to you. It's the voice of your soul, the part of you that remembers who you truly are, beyond the layers of conditioning, beyond the distractions of modern life. This is your first sign. You've already unlocked your ancient powers if you've begun to trust that inner knowing, that deep, intuitive sense that you are connected to something eternal. The second sign is even more mysterious, and yet once you recognize it, it's undeniable. It's the experience of synchronicity. You've probably noticed it more and more lately. Those moments when the universe seems to align perfectly, when things just click together in ways that defy logic. You think of someone and they call. You have a question and the answer appears in the most unexpected place. These aren't coincidences. They're reflections of your growing connection with the divine flow of the universe. You see, when you unlock your ancient powers, you begin to resonate with the energy of the universe in a very real way. You start to align with the frequencies of creation, and because of that, you begin to manifest experiences that match that frequency. Synchronicities are the universe's way of communicating with you, showing you that you're on the right path. But here's the kicker: most people dismiss these moments. They call them chance or luck. But if you're here, watching this, you know better. You know that these coincidences are anything but random. They're signs that you're in alignment with your true purpose, that you've already begun to tap into the ancient energy that flows through all things. So, how often do you experience synchronicity? And when you do you take the time to acknowledge it, to pause and reflect on what the universe is trying to tell you? Because the more you pay attention to these moments, the more they will occur. It's a feedback loop, a cosmic dance between your energy and the energy of the universe. And the more you dance, the more you realize that you are not separate from the flow of life. You are a co-creator weaving your reality in harmony with the universe itself. We've already covered the first two signs that you've unlocked your ancient powers, a deep inner knowing and the presence of synchronicities in your life. But now we're going to dive even deeper. We're going beyond the surface of these experiences and into the heart of what they truly mean. This next sign is the most challenging for many people to accept, yet it is also the most transformative. The third sign that you've unlocked your ancient powers is the experience of intense emotional and energetic shifts. Now, let me be clear, this is not about being emotional in the everyday sense. This is about profound changes in your emotional, mental, and even physical state that seem to come out of nowhere. You might feel waves of energy moving through your body for no apparent reason. You might have moments of extreme clarity followed by periods of deep introspection. You might feel as if you're shedding layers of yourself, as if parts of you that no longer serve your highest good are falling away, and in their place, something new, something deeper is emerging. These shifts are not random. They are a direct result of your unlocking ancient powers that have been dormant within you for lifetimes. You're essentially upgrading your energy system, recalibrating to a higher frequency. And as this happens, old patterns, old beliefs, and old ways of being can no longer exist in your new vibration. This is why you may feel like parts of your life are falling apart. Relationships that once felt secure may suddenly feel misaligned. Goals that once seemed important may now feel hollow. This is not a sign that something is wrong. It's a sign that you are evolving. But here's the crucial part. How do you respond to these shifts? Do you resist them, trying to cling to the familiar, or do you surrender to the process, trusting that these changes are leading you to a higher state of being? Most people resist. They fight the change because it's uncomfortable, because it threatens to dismantle the life they've built. But here's the truth, that life was built on an old version of you. And now that you've unlocked your ancient powers, that version no longer serves you. You're stepping into a new reality, one that is more aligned with your true nature, your ancient self. Now think about this. Have you ever gone through a period of intense change, only to look back later and realize that it was exactly what you needed to grow? That's what's happening now. These emotional and energetic shifts are part of your awakening. They're part of the process of integrating your ancient powers into your current life. But you have to be willing to let go of the old to make room for the new. So, the question is, are you ready to surrender to the process? Are you ready to trust that these shifts, no matter how uncomfortable they may feel, are leading you toward your highest potential? Because if you are, you will unlock even deeper levels of power, wisdom, and understanding. The universe is guiding you every step of the way, but you have to be willing to follow. Now that we've explored the 3 secret signs that you've already unlocked your ancient powers, it's time to talk about what comes next. Because unlocking these powers is just the beginning. It's the first step in a lifelong journey of transformation, growth, and mastery. But how do you fully embrace these ancient abilities? How do you make sure that you're not just tapping into them occasionally, but living from this place of power consistently? The key is awareness. Awareness is the gateway to all higher states of consciousness. Without it, you can't fully harness your ancient powers because you'll be too caught up in the distractions of daily life to notice when they're active. But with awareness, everything changes. You begin to see the patterns, the cycles, and the energies that are at play in your life. You start to recognize the moments when your ancient powers are guiding you, and you learn to trust them more deeply. One of the first steps to cultivating this awareness is through daily practices that keep you connected to your higher self. Meditation, breathwork, and mindfulness are all powerful tools that help you stay in tune with your inner wisdom. But it's not just about sitting in silence or breathing deeply. It's about approaching every moment of your life with intention. It's about asking yourself, how am I showing up right now? Am I aligned with my highest self, or am I operating from a place of fear, doubt, or limitation? This level of self-awareness is what allows you to fully embrace your ancient powers. And here's the thing, when you start living from this place of awareness, everything in your life begins to shift. You start to attract people, opportunities, and experiences that are in alignment with your higher vibration. You begin to manifest your desires more effortlessly because you're no longer operating from a place of lack or fear. Instead, you're living from a place of abundance, power, and purpose. But here's the question I want you to ask yourself. Are you ready to live from this place consistently? Because it's one thing to unlock your ancient powers. It's another thing entirely to live from them every day. This requires commitment. It requires discipline. It requires you to be fully present in every moment of your life, to be aware of your thoughts, your emotions, and your energy at all times. And when you do this, when you fully embrace your ancient powers, you become unstoppable. You become a force of nature, a co-creator of your reality. You begin to live in harmony with the universe, flowing with its rhythms rather than resisting them. And in this state, there is nothing you cannot achieve. We've now come to the final part of this journey, where everything comes together. You've unlocked your ancient powers, you've experienced the signs, and you've begun to cultivate awareness in your daily life. But now, the question becomes, how do you live as a chosen one in the modern world? How do you integrate these ancient powers into a life that is often filled with distractions, pressures, and external demands? This is where true mastery lies. It's one thing to have a spiritual awakening, to unlock ancient powers, and to experience moments of profound clarity. But it's another thing to embody that power in your everyday life, to live as a chosen one, while still navigating the complexities of the modern world. This is the ultimate challenge, and it's also the ultimate opportunity. The first step in living as the chosen one is to understand that your power is not something separate from your daily life. It's not something you access only in moments of meditation or retreat. Your ancient powers are meant to be lived, breathed, and expressed in everything you do. Whether you're at work with your family or alone in your thoughts, your power is always with you. The key is to learn how to stay connected to it, no matter what's happening around you. One of the most practical ways to do this is by grounding yourself in your purpose. You see, when you've unlocked your ancient powers, you're not just living for yourself anymore. You're living for something bigger. You're here to contribute to the evolution of humanity, to bring light and wisdom into a world that is often lost in darkness. This is your sacred mission as a chosen one, and it's what gives your life meaning and direction. But here's the thing. The modern world is designed to pull you away from your purpose. It's filled with distractions, temptations, and pressures that can easily lower your vibration if you're not careful. That's why it's so important to stay grounded in your purpose, to remind yourself every day why you're here and what you're meant to do. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect or that you won't face challenges. It means that, no matter what happens, you stay committed to your higher path. Let me ask you this: what is your purpose? What is the higher calling that your ancient powers are leading you toward? If you don't have a clear answer, that's okay. But now is the time to start asking those deeper questions. Because when you align with your purpose, everything else in your life begins to fall into place. You stop being swayed by the opinions of others, by the fears that once held you back, or by the distractions of the physical world. You start living from a place of inner strength and clarity, knowing that you are on the right path. The second key to living as the chosen one is learning how to maintain your energy in environments that don't support your growth. Let's face it, there will be times when you're surrounded by people, situations, and energies that are not aligned with your higher vibration. You might encounter resistance, negativity, or even doubt from those around you. But here's the thing, your power is not dependent on external circumstances. It comes from within. And when you learn how to maintain your energy in any environment, you become unshakable. One of the best ways to do this is through energetic boundaries. As a chosen one, your energy is incredibly valuable. It's the source of your ancient powers, and it's what allows you to manifest your purpose in the world. But if you're not careful, that energy can be drained by people, situations, or habits that are not aligned with your highest good. This is why it's so important to set energetic boundaries, to be mindful of where you're placing your attention and who you're allowing into your energetic space. Ask yourself, where are you leaking energy in your life? Are there people, habits, or situations that are draining your power? And if so, are you willing to let them go? Because here's the truth, you cannot fully live as a chosen one if you're constantly giving your energy to things that don't serve your highest path. You have to protect your energy like the sacred resource that it is. And when you do, you'll find that your ancient powers grow even stronger. The final key to living as the chosen one is perhaps the most important of all: trust. You have to trust yourself, trust your journey, and trust the universe. Because there will be moments when the path is unclear, when doubt creeps in, and when you question whether you're truly chosen. But in those moments, you have to come back to the knowing that we talked about earlier, that deep, inner sense that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Trust is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how everything will unfold. It's about surrendering to the process, knowing that the universe is always guiding you, even when you can't see the bigger picture. It's about trusting that your ancient powers are real, that they are leading you toward your highest potential, and that everything you need is already within you. So here's my final question for you. Do you trust yourself enough to fully step into your role as a chosen one? Because if you do, there is nothing you cannot achieve. The universe is on your side, and your ancient powers are ready to be fully activated. The world needs you, the real you, the powerful, ancient, and awakened you. It's time to stop holding back. It's time to live as the chosen one that you already are. In closing, I want to remind you that this journey is just beginning. Unlocking your ancient powers is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong process of growth, expansion, and transformation. But now that you've recognized the signs, now that you've seen the truth, there's no turning back. You are chosen, you are powerful, and you are exactly where you need to be. So take a deep breath, feel the energy of your ancient self rising within you, and step forward with confidence. The universe is waiting for you to embrace your true power, to live your purpose, and to fulfill the destiny that only you can fulfill. This is your time. This is your moment. Are you ready to fully embrace who you are? Because the world is waiting for you to say yes.